Okay, we're still using law of sines, and this time we're going to be finding the measure of BC. You can also rewrite this, and I will show you how you can rewrite it in just a second here. So very quickly, before we begin, I'm just going to quickly label my sides, A, B, and C. BC. So BC is this segment right here. So another way how I can write this is I need to find little a. Well, let's just make sure that we have a proportion. As a reminder, here's the formula that we're working with here. So sine of a over little a equals sine of b for little b equals sine of c over little c. Now you'll notice in the previous video, I didn't use all three of those because you don't need to. You only need two of them in order for you to use this. So let's go through and just see if we can actually find any proportions. Well, here's one. I have a measure for angle C and I have a value for little c. So I'm going to circle these and connect them. Those create a proportion. Sine of 38 degrees over 11. Now let's find our other proportion. So I'm looking for this side and I have this angle. So those will create a proportion as well. So sine of 34 degrees over little a. Okay, this one's actually a lot easier than the other one. Because you're not looking for an angle, you're looking for a side. Another way how you can write this formula is with all these side lengths right here in the numerator and then your trig function in the denominator. It'll still give you the same thing. So even though I set it up like this, I think I'm going to rewrite it so that I have, so I have the sides in the numerator. So 11 over sine of 38 degrees equals a over sine of 34 degrees. You don't have to do this. This is not necessary. This is just what I find to be very straightforward, very, very simple. Now, what I'm going to do, I need to get a all by itself. Well, when I have it rewritten like this, it actually is extremely easy for me to get that a all by itself. I just need to get rid of this sine of 34 degrees. The opposite of division is multiplication. So on both sides, I'm going to multiply by sine of 34 degrees. Okay, so now I have a all by itself, little a. So I have sine of 34 degrees times 11. That looks like a 0.11. Let me fix that. Times 11 divided by sine of 38 degrees. And this whole thing right here I can type into my calculator really, really quickly. So let me just do that super fast. So I've got, oh, hold on one second. I'm going to try and pull my calculator in here so that we can see what it looks like. And I'm going to have to work a little bit backwards on this calculator because this one's temperamental. It doesn't do the same thing as my graphing calculator. So for those of you who have a calculator that works backwards, this is the perfect example. So sine of 34 degrees times 11. That's the numerator. That's the top part of the fraction. And now I'm going to divide it by the sine of 38 degrees. So I end up with this decimal right here. Now, the problem is that I have to round this decimal. So I'm going to look right here. I'm going to round to the 10th, so 1 decimal place. This is a 9. That's going to round up to 1 and move over. So this ends becoming roughly 10 when I round that up. So it is approximately 10. So as you can see, finding a side is a lot easier than finding an angle. However, unfortunately, you're probably going to need to find the angle more often than you need to find the side, because finding the angle is the more seen version of the law of sines. You don't see too many versions of finding the side, but you can see both. So I just wanted to make that aware for you guys. Yeah, so there's law of sines, and just have fun practicing. This is probably one of the easier formulas that you'll ever encounter this year, and it is used in a variety of different ways. So have fun practicing. Good luck.